Step into my void. Wow, that sounded like something, I guess. Anyway, void is often considered the bottom of something, aptly named. This is from the contract brewer Bottom Feeder Ales. I'll tell you just how I know the individual behind this brew, and we'll pop it open with a little, what does Alan say, shapop? Anyway, we'll see what the void's all about and see how far you all can fall down it with me after the theme song. Welcome back to the void. Well, you know, we're not in a void of any sort. We're in the temporary upstate oasis with your Soy Nutmeg 2 Palmetto. And this one, the person behind Bottom Feeder Ales, the maker of this particular beer, he is a brewer, but he's officially a brewing consultant. He's behind the likes of Double Stamp, Southern Side, and Silos locally in the upstate greater Greenville area. And Bottom Feeder Ales is kind of his own thing. It's his whole side project. That is, of course, the one, the only Kenny Driggers. And this is called The Void, as if you couldn't tell from all my little jokes with this awesome Grim Reaper looking character on the label. And it is a farmhouse ale, mixed culture farmhouse ale. And it's a bit of a heftier gravity than you would think a typical Saison would be. This checks in at 8.3%, which is confirmed on the label, actually slightly higher, 8.35. So rounded down on Untappd. But I've had this before, but it was just a little sample, so I'm excited to refresh my memory for a full bottle and really go all in on this. But Kenny's quite the wizard with beers, and he works with a lot of different places, so his results speak for themselves. So let's hope that his own little personal project can take off and get into distro somewhere and the like. So there is a little bit of a blurb on Untappd. Yeah, there's not too much going on the label. Well, there is a little bio, but other than that, just brewed and packaged with the address, which I assume is probably like a bottling facility. I don't think Kenny would put his home address on here. Bottle on 10/10/23. So this is, and so I've held this for a little while, but I've kept it cold. Plus, it's been, you know, mixed cultured and aged and all that stuff, so it's okay. Plus, it's a sour. There's no fruit adjuncts in it, so I'm not concerned. Too bad. But it was bottled on 10/10. I first tried it on Solstice Day, so it was about, you know, a month and a half or so old at that point, and now it's the second week of April. So I've held it for a little while, but that's okay. It's been nice and cold. The Void is our farmhouse Saison, 100% foeder fermented, with our house cultures containing multiple strains of S. cerevisiae, brettanomyces, and lactobacillus, dry, effervescent, and mildly funky. This is a 16.9 ounce bottle. Ounces. What do the Canadians say that is? About maybe, I don't know, how much over 500 milliliters would be. I don't know. I'm not going to try to do math. As Brian the Beer Snob says, this is a beer review channel, not a math channel. On Untappd, ABV is confirmed at 8.3, or at least to that rounded up point. IBUs are listed, but only 5. Saison, you're not going to expect that to be very high. Check-ins are very low, but of course, Bottom Feeder is a bit of a side project at the moment, so that's not super out of the norm. 20 total, 20 unique, 17 ranked, and of that very small sample size, people did like it. 4.18. And it looks like the bio is exactly what was on the label, so I won't read that again. We'll just pop it open and get right to it. We'll use Mikey B's popper on this one, Party 2 Brew Crew. A little bit of smoke off the top, very nice. Use my pretentious glassware that I got from at Beer Me GVL. I should really be getting you some ASMR. Man. Can you hear that? That sure is active. I hope you can hear that because that was very, very active. So, color-wise, there's a slight cloud to it, but for the most part, it's pretty clear. I can't actually see the camera stand through the beer. Head is very bright white. Top that off even more. Very active bubbles on it. It does have that Brett type of funky aroma. It's not overpowering. It's pretty subtle though. Well, moderate. It's not subtle. It's a bit of a moderate aroma. It's not something that just like whacks you in the face with sour or anything like that. Despite, you know, selling quite sour. Maybe a little lemon. Maybe a little grain. A little grain, a little lemon, a little sour, a little bit of everything. That can, obviously that mixed culture is doing its thing in there, as you saw from the pour, the smoke, the sound. Let's just get right to it. Effervescence, the key word. It does have quite the bubbly mouthfeel. That drying sensation really kind of comes through on the back end, not so much throughout, but it does kind of dry you out a little bit on the back end. It is quite effervescent. It does have a bit of a bubbly flavor mouthfeel to it. It does not taste super sour, at least in a traditional sense. There is a bit of a sour-ish flavor, so it would check the box as being a Saison, but it's not something that's going to make you pucker up. It does have more of a grainy type of sour approach to it. It's quite good. It's not. I don't think this would turn off people like Shane's Craft Beer Review, who aren't always the biggest sour fans, but I would definitely recommend this. It's quite good. Cheers to Kenny at Bottom Feeder Ales, and to all you folks, I'll see you next time.